Greetings, YouTube. Danny Staton here. Welcome to the Danny Staton channel. I should call this channel The Change because I used to do a lot of cryptid stuff on this channel, but now I'm changing it up to movies. I'm changing it up to the good stuff. I'm trying to make a difference in the good stuff world. And this week, I'm continuing to go through the treasure chest of VHS tapes. So let's see what VHS I can pull out today. Well, YouTube, I guess I'm digging around the bottom of the barrel today. I put out a copy of Bicentennial Man, starring Robin Williams. You know, of all the Robin Williams movies I've ever saw, this is probably the one I like the least. I apparently bought this dismal nightmare in the year 2000, 26 years ago, from Blockbuster. I guess it was going out of business sale. Oh my God, the nightmare that is Bicentennial Man. The one movie I can recommend you try to avoid. This piece of garbage still has the plastic on it. I opened it once. I watched it once. I never watched it again. Oh, Jesus. Literally. Oh, Jesus. Somehow I got a copy of Jesus. Jesus the movie. This special edition of Jesus the movie has incredible crucifixion scenes. I kept this movie because nothing spells entertainment like seeing your Savior nailed to the cross. Oh God. You know, as I do this, I'm going to make a pile of really good movies, a pile of the ones I want to keep out, like the horror movies, and then I'm going to make a pile of crap. Apparently, I'm dealing with crap as Fievel Goes West, an incredible cartoon about a little mouse going west. And sadly to say, of everything I've looked at so far today, this might be the best one as we watch this incredibly cool cartoon. I have fond memories of this cartoon. I actually liked it. Oh my God, it's a charming, romantic comedy called One Fine Day with George Clooney and Michelle Pfeiffer. I have really scratched the bottom of the barrel today. This must have used to belong to my ex that passed away. I can't ever see why I would have some kind of romantic comedy with George Clooney that I have no memory of ever even seeing. If you knew this movie existed, let me know in the comments below. Yay! Finally something I like. Yeah, that's right. It's the mother of all movies with Charlie Sheen. Hot Shots, the original Hot Shots movie. Now that's comedy. As a matter of fact, I bet my flock is everywhere, Sarah, our producer on me and Thrash Pondo's show this Sunday at 7 p.m., she'll probably bring up this really cool old movie because this week on Thrash Pondo Puns and Daily Dan Save the World, Thrash and Puns Save the World, 7 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, you'll see us talk about comedy movies, and I got a feeling this one might come up. Oh, great Scots! I found an old Burt Reynolds movie, 100 Rifles. In this classic Western, Jim Brown and Burt Reynolds fight the bad guys. That's right, they're fighting Indians. I don't know what year this movie come out, but I'm guessing it was probably the 60s. It's so amazing I have so many VHS movies I don't even remember ever watching. Now here's a copy of a really cool movie I probably wore out back in the 90s. That's right, it's a copy of the original Independence Day. Aliens come to invade the earth in Independence Day. Starring Jeff Goldblum and Will Smith. In this wonderful tale of alien invasion, one of the few movies I really enjoyed immensely. To this day, I say Independence Day is one of the few movies loaded with CGI that actually stands up. Oh, good Lord. Farrah Fawcett. Extremities. I don't know if you ever saw this disturbing piece of crap, but this movie takes the cake. But I'm not going to go into great details, but in Extremities, Farrah Fawcett escapes a brutal, sadistic man and gets revenge the hard way. If you ever saw Extremities, let me know in the comments below. It brings a tear to my eye when I pull this movie out of the box. One of my ex-wives that passed away's favorite movies ever, City of Angels. I know this belonged to her because it sure wouldn't belong to me, but it is a favorite movie by a lot of female friends of mine. Nicolas Cage comes to Earth as an angel. He's been a Ghost Rider. He's been Spider-Man. And he's been an angel. What a glamorous career. The Nicolas Cage classic, City of Angels. Let me know in the comments below if you ever seen this one. Here's a movie called To Die For with Nicole Kidman. I have to say, it's another one that wound up in my box that I never got around to watching. I couldn't remember why I didn't watch it till I turned it over and saw Matt Dillon sitting there, and I went, oh, good Lord, Matt Dillon's in this movie. Let me get back to it later. And 28 years later, I still hadn't got back to it. I can't stand Matt Dillon, and it's really hard to watch any movie he's in. Anybody ever seen To Die For? Did I miss anything? Let me know. Damn, what a great movie. Crimson Tide, starring Denzel Washington and Gene Hackman. Nuclear submarine chaos. A nuclear submarine gets its orders to launch its missiles and destroy the world. Only one man stands in the way. Gene Hackman and Denzel Washington in Crimson Tide. If you like submarine movies, you're going to love this one. I honestly didn't love it myself, but you probably will. Shockingly, I like this movie with Mel Gibson. This movie's called Forever Young. Mel Gibson gets cryogenically froze and winds up bebopping around in 1992. It's a fun movie. It's an exciting movie. It's got a really sad ending, though. But I highly recommend everyone checks out Forever Young. I think there's even a song that goes with this movie. Another great movie I have discovered, Wesley Snipes in Passenger 57. That's right, he's a security expert, taking a simple plane trip when things go dismally wrong. And now Passenger 57 is the only thing standing between the hijackers and freedom. You know, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give this a 9. It's a solid movie with Wesley Snipes, Passenger 57. Oh, good gravy. I got a few movies I liked. I got a lot of movies I either hadn't seen or thought was crap. But this one's going to be the first one in the pile of the good stuff for me. It's Fallen with Wesley. No, it's Denzel Washington, right? Fallen with Denzel Washington. I always get him and Wesley Snipes mixed up. Denzel Washington. And John Goodman? John Goodman. I think his name's John Goodman. Go after a demonic demon that can shift from body to body in this supernatural thriller. Yeah, I'd put The Fallen on my probably top 20 list of all-time favorite movies. Because time is on my side. Yes, it is. I must have hit the pile side where I had some good stuff stacked up because I found a copy of Sea Evil, that's right, Ghost Ship. When a salvage team discovers a giant ship floating in the middle of the ocean, well, it's finders keepers, boys, but it don't always go like you planned. Ghost Ship is one of the best supernatural horror movies I think I ever saw. I think it's going to have to go in that good stuff pile. That's 2 in a row. I feel lucky. Here's a classic movie I barely remember anything about. It's The Year of Living Dangerously with Mel Gibson and Sigourney Weaver. I remember watching it, and I remember some jungles. I remember some shootings. It's the tragic story of journalists covering war in Indonesia back in 1965, the year I was born. Oh, my God. I don't really remember that much about this movie, but I think it's good. Let me know in the comments below if I'm remembering correctly. From good to dismal, I've got Dead Poets Society. Some people would think that's the good stuff, but I'm probably not one of them. It's another Robin Williams dismal nightmares. It's not as bad as Bicentennial Man, but this boring, dismal college drama is almost as bad as Bicentennial Man. It's almost that bad. Robin Williams has made so many good movies. It's a shame he made this one. Hey, it's that Home Alone kid. That Home Alone kid in The Good Son. He takes a different approach in this movie, as he is obviously an evil little kid. And the only thing I remember about this movie is it had a young hobbit in it. I think Elijah Wood plays the other kid in this movie, and he probably outshines Macaulay Culkin with his performance. The Good Son, a kid that's really not that good. and a movie that's okay, but really not that good. Now, this is an enjoyable movie. It's another Will Smith movie. It's Men in Black, the original Mr. Smith and Jones movie, Men in Black. Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones steal the show, steal the scene, and stole the box office in this classic movie, Men in Black. You know, this movie is really based on the true exploits of the Men in Black as they deal with our alien menace. If you saw Men in Black, let me know in the comments below. Antonio Banderas and Anthony Hopkins, The Mask of Zorro, which is by far one of my least favorite movies in the whole world. I enjoyed George Hamilton and Zorro the Gay Blade better than this one. So here you go, The Mask of Zorro, probably the worst of all Zorro movies ever made. If you agree, let me know in the comments below. And I guess I'm going to finish this video off with the classic of all, the best one of all these movies I've checked out today, Anthony Hopkins in Hannibal. That's right, Hannibal Lecter returns to eat your kidney with barber beans. That's right, you can't go wrong with Hannibal the Cannibal returning to eat some kidneys with farmer beans, right? I would go into a big long dissertation about Hannibal Lecter, but we all seen Silence of the Lambs, and you probably know how the story goes already, and I know you'll love this movie because it's definitely the good stuff, Dave, no matter what anybody says. And that's my look at VHS classics and not so classic movies today. I'll be back with another video where I check out the last part of the box. Who knows what other treasures I will uncover next. Out of this whole video, I got 4 movies that I really call good classics I would recommend. I got a few I kind of like and a big pile of crap. I hope the next video goes better. This is Danny Staten with VHS Treasures. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell, and I'll be back. Bye.